Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. I am Lorraine and today we are going to make this card here using the Enduring Beauty suite. This was inspired by Elizabeth at Seeing Ink Spots. I saw a post on Instagram where she'd created a very similar card to this. So I am going to get into it here. I've got a bubble bath card base. And then I've got a 5 1/4 by 4 that I've run through the Cane Weave 3D embossing folder. And I've used the greeting from the kit or from the stamp set and the die from the dies to create or to cut the greeting out. So what we do is we need 2 of the large flowers here. I've stamped them in Memento black ink and I've done the preliminary coloring on them. I went dark and then light, and I'm just going to come back in again and blend a little bit of dark in, just a little bit more of dark in. This is Bubble Bath in here, and I've used Soft Seafoam Light and Dark for the other colors. So I'm just going to come in and just touch a little bit more dark in and just kind of pull it out a little bit. And then I'm going to come back in with the light and just blend where you can see the harsher lines. I'm just going to blend right over top of them and just kind of pull them out a little bit. So there we go. Just put a little bit more color in there and we're good to go. Okay, and it looks like a slightly different color now. When it dries, it will be the same color. So then we're going to take this and we're going to use the die from the set. And I'm just going to push those colors out just a little bit like that so you can see. And we're going to put the die down, line it up, and then put a couple of sticky notes on it just to hold it in place. And I've realized I've got my top plate on the bottom, so I'm just going to move this over like that, sandwich it up, and run it through the cut and emboss machine. And then we can build the card front. What we need, the reason we need 2 is because we need to cut them up so that we can create kind of the long side pieces. And you might end up with a couple of little pieces left over depending on how you do it. And you can just save those for another card, or if you're doing more than one card, then you can use your extra pieces for that. So I'm not going to rely on scissors because I'm not overly straight with scissors. So I'm actually going to use my paper trimmer. And I'm going to cut this in half. Like that. So I've got a couple of different pieces here, and when I put them down on the card I can see that I've got some gaps here, so I'm going to need these pieces here, and I'm going to need to cut very strategically to get the pieces that I need. So I'm just pop that up there and put that down there like that. So I'm going to trim right here like this. So I've got a piece that will kind of come into here like this. And you can just pull that up a little bit like that. And then I need a piece that's going to fill in down here. So I am going to, if I want this down here, I can cut it like this. I'm going to cut very carefully because I want to leave this piece here. So I'm just going to cut right down here like this. Sorry, I did that right off camera. Sorry. I want to keep these leaves here, so I'm going to cut right down here like this. So I'm going to put this in the paper trimmer, drop this down, and then just there. You can feel it when it leaves the paper. And then I'm just going to trim that extra little piece off of the other side there because I don't need that on there. There we go. All right, let's put that off to the side. I have this drawer, I've got a drawer here, and I'd open it up and everything just gets dumped on the drawer to get it out of the way. So now we can just put this together. So I'm going to actually mount it to the card base first. And because it's a 3D folder, I'm going to put adhesive all the way around the edges so that it doesn't waffle at the edges. So I'm just going to line this up, drop it down, give it a good push on those edges. And you can dimensionalize some of the edges if you want. I chose not to, but just put a couple of good runs of adhesive on there. And it's okay if it comes up over the top of your basic white base there. And I'm just going to add some adhesive here, and this is going to come in like this, and it's actually extended over the edge a little bit. And then I need to decide how I want this to go, and I think I want this tucked in underneath. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this piece down first, like this, right along that edge. And then I'll take this one, and it is going to go right over top, lined up with the edge of the basic white. And there we go, like that. So that's, you can tell it's a slightly different shape than this one is. It's all in how you cut. You could fussy cut some of these out if you wanted more coverage in different places. What I did for the greeting, I thought the greeting, I did it in Berry Burst, and I thought it was a little bit plain on there. So I took a blending brush, you can use a sponge dauber if you want, and just brushed some ink just on the edge, just to give it a little something. And I did try it in the bubble bath, but it just seemed a little in the bubble bath. The Berry Burst is a stronger color, and it definitely shows up a little bit more. So I'm going to get my dimensionals out, and we're going to dimensionalize the greeting. If you've got some white ribbon or something in the bubble bath or something that you've colored with your blends, you could certainly put that underneath the greeting. I'm going to pop that down like that. And then I took the In Color Shimmer Gems, and I went a little over the top. I tend to be very blingy these days. And I've got all these large bubble bath bling pieces that I'm going to just add in randomly. That's a little bit even. I want these to be just that little bit off. There we go, like that. And so I'm going to pop one down here like this. And you can put as many or as few as you like in here, just popping them down. Except, there we go, just like that. And I think I need another one tucked in there. Just looks a little uneven, just like that. There we go. So that is our card, again inspired by Elizabeth on Seeing Ink Spots that was posted on Instagram. But that is our first card using the Enduring Beauty bundle this week. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.